Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. Let me move my laptop just so y'all can see what we got going on here. Yeah. Yankees suck. Yankees suck. Forget them. And forget Aaron Boone. I was laughing last night. We were saying some stuff about him last night that can't be said on TV, but forget Aaron Boone and the Yankees suck. Get him up out of here.
Yeah, man, he made my prep school year kind of tough when he hit that home run.
Oh, my God.
And I was in Connecticut, so the dorm was torn. Yeah. Mass in New York. Oh, my God, bro. Yeah. But I'm glad we won it the next year, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got a jacket on.
We here rocking our Red Sox apparel. And it's going on 12 years since the Yankees actually made a World Series. So, and in that span, the Red Sox have had 2 World Series. And they might have another one.
Yeah, I need to get me some more gear, bro. I've had this jacket for so long. I think it's time for me to give me a hoodie or something.
Yeah.
I don't wear sports teams like that. So
nothing wrong with a hoodie. There's a lot going on in the sports world. First, before we get into Patriots news and all this other stuff and the NFL stuff, well, here's some NFL stuff. This is just a little sidetrack before we get into the rundown. Urban Meyer, this dude here.
I already knew you were gonna have him. I knew. Once I seen it, I was like, why are you doing this, man? You giving this dude too much ammo.
I've said in the past that Urban Meyer is a trash human being. I've said it for a while. I say he should have never been hired. And his behavior is just showing you this dude should not be an NFL coach.
But what actually happened?
So he didn't fly back with the team.
Oh, see, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, he didn't fly back with the team. He's in a restaurant that he owns in Ohio. And he got somebody on his lap.
See, what it was said on TV was a girl was dancing close to him, next to him.
Oh, no.
See, they don't even tell you the right story.
No, she was on his lap.
See, I didn't know that.
It could have been a lap dance, because that's how she was right there.
Then why don't these people just say what actually happened then?
Because it's not a player.
But I'm over here thinking, what's the big deal? He's at a restaurant, she close to him. What else happened there? This dude's apologizing to people for. You got Trevor Lawrence talking about it's all we need. Yeah, y'all are grown-ass men. Yeah, it's all y'all need is y'all on the field. They don't control nothing but y'all play.
And he threw Trevor Lawrence under the bus in his apology thing, in that nonsense apology that he was doing, where he just looked like a loser, head down and looking all ashamed. My thing is, come on, man. You're at your own restaurant. There's a picture of you and your wife at the restaurant.
Oh.
There's a picture of it. And then the footage shows that you got she looked young too. She looked young.
Oh, man.
On his lap.
Oh, man. I mean, at that age, everybody young now.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, you right about that. But come on, Urban Meyer. Come on, man. Now, if this was a player.
Because I was going to say, ain't nothing wrong with no lap dance. But that right there, that's just unprofessional. For one, that's immoral. Yeah. Is he still married?
I don't know. Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah.
After this week, we don't know. Yeah. But, yeah, that's...
He has a track record of terrible decisions. You hired a racist. You hired a woman you had a person who beat his wife on your staff, and you didn't turn a blind eye to that. When you were at Florida, you had 30 arrests from players. This is a track record of just bad judgment and just things that happen under him.
Now that I've seen all this, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. But my whole thing is, though, at the end of the day, they're talking about these players like they're boys. This is high school.
Yeah.
End of the day, coach can say all he wants on the sideline. Yeah. They got to produce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My issue with this is you didn't fly back home with the team. And granted, y'all have a long time off. You didn't fly back home with the team. You rich. You acting like you can't get a flight back over there the next day or something like that. That's one thing. And another thing, we've seen it so many times. If a player did something like this, they be trying to get him out of the league.
We've had situations where, even not flying back with the team would be a problem.
Yeah.
We've had situations in high school, college, when some players didn't come back with the team on the bus or whatever, and it was small.
A national story.
Or just a situation, you know what I mean? Because people don't realize, though, at certain levels, you're responsible for those people.
Yeah.
The institution is responsible for those people.
Yeah.
I don't really know how the NFL and all that stuff goes, but they're all grown, they're all adults. But at the end of the day, lose as a team, win as a team, lose as a team, travel as a team.
Yeah. And you probably had some days off. You are rich enough. You probably have a private jet. You could have got on that jet and go back to your restaurant and, maybe told everybody put their cameras away while you were getting your little whatever you would get, whatever that was happening. But hey, man,
that's wild.
I don't think this dude's gonna last a year at that job because it's just since he's been hired, there's been nothing but bad press since he's been hired. So it's just like,
why don't he just relax? Just be invisible for a year, man.
He had it made. You retired from college football. You got rings. You got all this money. You're doing the TV job, just chilling. It's like, sometimes you just got to be like, man. And he knows he doesn't take losing well because we saw when it happened at Florida, he wasn't taking losing well. So, and you're going to the Jaguars.
Real winners don't.
But the NFL is different. Like, college, you could have one losing season and then, a recruiting class comes in and you turn it around. The next year, you guys are winning games. NFL, you might have a couple losing seasons before you turn it around and y'all start producing. So,
Yeah, now that I found out everything. Yeah.
All right, let's get into some Patriots news before the game with the Bucs. So this happened today. The Patriots traded cornerback Stefan Gilmore to the Carolina Panthers. I feel like this was something that's been brewing for a while.
It was a money thing.
Yeah, a money thing, and you trade away your best cornerback to get back 23 sixth-round draft pick. And, you just traded him away for pretty much nothing. And
it was a money thing.
Yeah.
There was like, 56,000 under the cap or something like that? Yeah, so they had to do something like.
Yeah, and this was something that they've been trying to do since last season. Allegedly he was supposed to get traded during last year's trade deadline. It didn't happen, so I guess it was just a relationship that had ended, and they've been trying to find a way to get rid of him. And I guess it just came to a point where it's just like, well, whatever you want to give to us for him, we'll give it to you guys because we can't afford what he's asking for. So, and he's still an asset. He'll still be an asset to the team. And the Carolina Panthers, their defense has been well, so it just got a lot better.
Yeah, my bad. I had to fix my mic. Had some bacon neck. All right, straighten out. All right, cool. But yeah, man, it's a business.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing. He was was he about to be on the active roster?
I think so.
They were just about to put him on the active roster this week. So it's like, why just have this guy just sitting around if he's not playing? Might as well just put him on and save some money and stuff. So.
Trying to get something for him, but geez, he only a sixth-round draft pick for us.
But they might be trying to draft somebody this upcoming season, off season.
The thing with the Pats and draft picks, they always just like throw away draft picks like it's nothing. It's like it's second round, third round. They just whatever.
They were able to for 20 years. Yeah. Times have changed. They better value them picks.
Yeah, because
the GOAT ain't saving you anymore.
Yeah, because if the quarterback that everybody is hoping is the next big thing doesn't turn out to be the next great thing, then it's just going to be like, okay, we are quite in a bind right now because now we got to look for a new quarterback again if it turns out that way because man. But move they had to make, so I'm sure he'll enjoy Carolina. All right, back to Sunday night's game, Brady's return. I got to say, this game was utterly boring. It was utterly boring.
Yeah, I look at the stats. I watched some, but I just don't think the Bucs really came in there with what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word?
Any type of urgency?
Yes. They weren't playing with a sense of urgency because they knew they were gonna win. They just weren't sure by how much.
Yeah, and it was the way they were playing. And Brady, they got in the red zone, and you know how you always say Brady be having these slow moments.
Yeah.
All the time. He had, and it came up in this game because in the red zone, it was just like he just kept throwing the ball away.
He has a brain dead moment like twice a year.
Yeah.
And one time it's usually in the biggest game of the year. So,
And he had a few each time in the red zone. When they got in the red zone, he just had brain dead moments. He just threw the ball away and didn't even look for Mike Evans at all. It was just like.
To be honest, this might have been the first time he was actually nervous.
That's what it looked like.
Honestly, because think about it, you were Massachusetts, you were New England for 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
When they hit New England, Brady just, you know what I mean? hand in hand. So him coming in after 20 years and him being he gets emotional when he talks about his parents and the Patriots.
Yeah.
So just imagine how he felt, you know what I mean, the first time coming to Gillette Stadium, when you're used to the whole entire stadium cheering for you.
Yeah.
And now it's the complete opposite. Not the complete opposite, but, you know, you hear some boos now, which you weren't used to hearing. So, you know, he might have been nervous for the first time in a long time.
No, you could tell the way he was playing. He was like, it was definitely the emotions in there got him dust like off his game.
He was trying to get through the game with a win.
Yeah. One thing I like the Patriots did in this game, though, with their offense, they picked up the tempo on the offense. They went no huddle, and they got the ball out quick. You know, still have issues in the red zone, but, you know, they did get 2 touchdowns when they were in there. But, like, the first quarter, majority of the first quarter and the second quarter, they didn't look in sync at all. O-line couldn't block, and then it just turned into we got to get the ball out of Mac Jones' hands real quick.
For one, I don't understand why they got this boy throwing the ball over 40 times. Like, I'll be honest, when I seen the stat line for this, what?
8 rushes for the whole game.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say the Patriots are stupid. Like, you're not gonna win a football game like that unless your quarterback is like outstanding, or you know what I mean, or he's having the game of his life. You're not gonna that is 2 rushes per quarter.
Yeah.
And you're really gonna rely on a rookie
Yeah.
to get you through them quarters with only 2 rushes out of so many plays each quarter.
And they had an opportunity to win this game too. So with that last play, it was 4th and 3. They were cooking the Bucs defense all game. Like, even on the 4th and shorts that they went for, they got it. Me personally, I thought they should have tried, because they had one time out. I thought they should have tried. They should have went for it on 4th and 3, because I'm pretty sure they would have got it to get a little closer. Because 56 yards in the rain, that's a lot to ask for a guy who's not Justin Tucker. Because honestly, the only person that you can be like, all right, go make this in the rain is Justin Tucker. And, you know, and you got that big old doink, and that was just like, I think that was just like, that put the statement on the game. That's the doink.
Yeah, man, I'll be honest, bro. I don't have too much in regards to this game. They had 2 turnovers, too. And for them to only lose by 2 points shows that they didn't see certain opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't continue drives, 2 and 9, third downs. Tampa Bay is 9 and 19. How many chances do they need to give you?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all didn't capitalize on any of the chances the Bucs gave y'all. They were basically handing y'all this win.
Yeah,
so y'all didn't want it.
They did. And, you know, this offense, everybody's happy about the offense and how they look, but once again, 17 points ain't gonna win you a lot of games. Y'all need to start getting into they have yet to score 30 points in the game. So.
Who's excited about the offense? They had negative -1 yard rushing.
People that want Mac Jones to be the next Tom Brady.
All right, so they'd rather him have these yards, have 275, 2 touchdowns, 1 into, but we only have negative -1 yard rushing?
And only 17 points. 17 points. I just know, you know, 3 games, Cam Newton had there was 2 30-point games in that first span last year with Cam, with not these weapons. I'm just saying, this is just facts. Don't argue, don't say I'm bringing Cam up for no reason. I'm just saying this is what Cam did with less weapons. He had them scoring points. All right, Monday Night Football in what was a very, very rivalry game, divisional game. The Chargers jumped on the Raiders quickly. Then the Raiders came back in the second half, and then it just came down to the Chargers made a couple more plays late, and the Raiders couldn't overcome being down 21-0. That slow start that they had.
Yeah, most teams don't come back like that with 21-0, especially the way the Chargers was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tough, man. It was
that
tough.
First half was tough.
It was just the Raiders couldn't do anything out there, to be honest with you. Herbert out there playing MVP type football.
Yeah.
Kyle, you know, he didn't have the worst game. He could have had a better game, but you know, I feel like when the Raiders are good, it's kind of like when the Cowboys are good too. You know what I mean? Like the league wants the Raiders and the Cowboys to be good because they're already talking about Kyle MVP and all this. Is like his stats are all right, but I don't think he's top 3.
Nah, he's playing well. He was playing well. He didn't have the best overall performance in this one. Granted, the second half they were a little better. But you just can't get off to those type of starts. You just can't get down 21-0 because playing catch up though for an entire game is really tough, and also is exhausting on the defense as well because they got to get so many stops and they got to rely on the offense to actually produce drives to give them a rest. But the Chargers, this is one of the teams I say we got to watch out for because normally they lose these types of games. And when they're up big and then the team starts coming back, they'd find a way to lose this. Granted, they did that the week before, but they kind of figured it out this week and they were able to get the victory. So, and it helps with the young quarterback learning how to. He's still, granted, he's playing really at a high level, but he's still learning the NFL how to win games and how to maintain the lead in this game. So these are the type of games that are good for him.
And they have a coach that understands that balance is key.
Yeah, you're right.
34 rushes to 38 passes to the Raiders, 34 passes to 18 rushes.
Yeah, the Raiders winning game. 2 yards per carry, it was non-existent. And then Josh Jacobs is just coming back from injury too. So yeah, and John Gruden loves running the ball too. So.
You just got to just find a way to keep the defense on their toes.
Yeah.
That's all the running's really for sometimes. Or the run. I mean, that's all. Granted, that's what the switching up the plays is for.
Yeah.
Keep people on their toes. But y'all got to do a better job at creating balance.
Yeah, and it's hard to do that too when you fall down 21-0, because then you gotta get away from what you like to do, and because they do have productive running backs that can be productive. So,
but sometimes you can trust your players and believe that my calls will help us chop this lead down. Because you can't just be going 3 and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So
right now in the NFC and AFC West, it's 3-1. The Chargers leading the division at 3-1. The Raiders 3-1. The Broncos 3-1, and the Chiefs, I believe, are 2-2. All right, next up. Oh man, the Dallas Cowboys won their 3rd straight game, and once again, it was that 3rd quarter. I don't know what happened to the Panthers in that 3rd quarter, but they just had that stretch where they let the Cowboys go on a run because it was 14-13 at the half, and then next thing I know, it was 33-14 Dallas, and then I go away, I look up, it's 28-36, and I'm just like, what in the world is happening in this game? And this looks like one of those things the Panthers let this game get away in the 3rd quarter because they settled in after that. But that 3rd quarter, they probably looking at themselves like, yeah, we messed up on that one.
Well, you definitely have to value the ball. 2 intos is tough to come back from. I like Cowboys, they're big 3. I actually was a big 3. Zeke out there looking like, I put Zeke because I've been putting Elliott for a couple weeks now, but he's looking like Zeke now.
Yeah.
So when you said did you say he got a 6-pack now? Got the ass back? So I guess when he gets the ass back, that's when he's back to being him, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that. I was like, I guess. I don't know.
Was he wearing the crop top?
Probably. He always got that on. But, that big 3 was looking like a powerful big 3. Like for Cooper to have only 3 receptions for 69 yards and 1 touchdown, that's...
Also good that they only let Dak throw the ball 22 times because he was throwing the ball a lot the past couple games, but it's good that they found balance and they got there because they got 2 running backs that are really that they actually utilize both their running backs. So Pollard getting 10, Zeke what did Zeke get 20? That's 30 between those two. So it's good that they're actually utilizing their running back and they understand that their strength is their offensive line.
In the history of the Cowboys, when they were winning, they were utilizing a guy by the name of Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, they're utilizing.
And he was probably getting like 34, 25 carries a game, averaging, I'm just saying,
they were utilizing the running back, the fullback, because they have everything. Well, if that running game gets going consistently like this, 245, and if it gets consistently going, that play action is going to be deadly because they got the weapons, they got the receivers to make plays out there. So they play like that, they're going to be tough, but. It also helps that their schedule is pretty weak.
Yeah, but Carolina, on the other hand, they got to do something with their offensive line.
Yeah, man, them dudes are dropping like flies.
Donald is he gonna be able to stay the whole season? He gonna be healthy? That boy, he hitting the ground.
Yeah.
More times he needs to, especially getting sacked 5 times this game.
Yeah. This wasn't the Panthers' their best performance, and But yeah, my thing is them falling behind that, letting that third quarter get away from them. It kind of took them out of their normal game plan because they started throwing the ball a lot more, and it worked. Got them back in the game. But in the NFL, you can't fall behind so much because playing catch up is stressful, and then you have to make a key stop here and there. And if you don't, then that's where it goes, and that's exactly what happened. Like, look, Dallas scored 20 points in the third quarter. You're not going to win a game. You letting the team score 20 points in the third quarter. So hopefully the Panthers bounce back, but we'll see. We shall see. All right. Man, this team, the Arizona Cardinals, and that little quarterback of theirs, man, this dude, you see the juke he gave them dudes? These guys, they're playing some good football right now, and they went on the road and beat the Rams who are everybody's Super Bowl favorites, but the Cardinals are showing that they're going to be a team to look for. And Colin Murray, the way he's playing at an MVP level right now, and it's just he does so much in the passing game and in the running game because it's just like, once he gets out the pocket, it's like, what can you do to actually? You can't contain him. Once he's outside that pocket, it's like, good luck.
Yeah, and he's the type of quarterback, he's dual quarterback, so you have to worry about running and throwing. Yeah. So he keeps you on your toes. And then when you get the ball to Edmonds, 12 carries for 120 yards.
That was the surprise of the game. Their running game.
So it's just now they're looking like a well-balanced team that could compete with some of the best.
And what doesn't get talked about them is they have a lot of opportunistic defense. They got guys that are always trying to cause a turnover. They got Isaiah Simmons, Budda Baker, those guys in secondary. Those guys are out there making plays for them. So, and Chandler Jones, and they got guys on defense too. So their offense gets talked about, but their defense too. They have a lot of playmakers on defense that shows that they could be a well-rounded team by the time this thing all folds in November and December.
Definitely. I mean, they already had the defensive guys before Murray got there, right? They had some guys that were. I mean, their defense was solid before he got there, so they were just looking for a legit quarterback that could do some things, and he does some magic out there. But also too, the time of possession they have these guys over 11 minutes, they kind of manhandle. You kind of have to keep Stafford on the bench. You know what I mean? He's one of them guys. The Rams are a legit team. So the less time they're on the field.
Plus 11 on the.
Yeah, the least chances they have to score.
Yeah, and with the way. The Rams had some miscues too. They had Matthew Stafford underthrew Deshaun Jackson a couple times, but what the Cardinals did, they got pressure on him. That's the quarterback's weakness. You get pressure on a quarterback, good things happen for your defense, bad things happen for the offense. So that's what the Cardinals did. They were getting pressure on him. They would do, hey man, these guys are the only undefeated team left right now. So
yeah, I mean, hey, hope they keep rolling.
Who would have thought? Let's actually look at their schedule, see who got. I think they see who they got another divisional. They got some. They're at San Francisco. No, they're hosting San Francisco. Then they're at Cleveland the following week. Okay. So that should be a good one. And the Texans, the Packers, they got some tough games. The second part of their schedule.
I heard Packers. I ain't hear the other team you said because they don't exist.
Oh yeah. All right, look at here, the Bears. What do you know when you actually put together a game plan suitable for your young quarterback to actually be productive and not get sacked 9 times? They went out there, ran the ball, play action, and played to their quarterback's strengths. And look at what happened. A W. Granted, it was against the Lions, but
I mean, they're doing what fails. Where I prefer the Patriots do with Mac Jones. Granted, I'm sure Mac could throw more than 17 passes, between 20 and 25. But they got their running backs running the ball 31 times. Yeah. Montgomery, 23 carries, 106, 2 touchdowns, and Damian Williams had 8 carries, 55, and 1 TD. You got 3 touchdowns between these guys. So this allows Fields to be comfortable and understand the offense and just less pressure for him because you have these vets that are helping him.
The running game is a young quarterback's best friend. And this is what everybody was confused as why the head coach didn't do this last week. Well, yeah, back with the Bears and Lions, we had a little technical difficulties here.
But you were saying about the defensive, if you was the defensive guy for the Bears, I'd be trying to get anybody or try to make some calls. Because if I'm Ogletree and Smith, Dudes had 22 tackles combined. I'm making a couple calls around the league. I need some guys to help me. And fortunately, they got some help now.
And then Matt Nagy's behind. He goes on the post-game conference talking about it's like me. Like he did something. Like,
who's Matt Nagy? That's their coach?
Yeah.
Oh. You know, I only follow certain teams, so like I don't even know all the coaches in the league.
You say who's Matt Nagy? That's what a lot of people be saying. Who is Matt Nagy? Because he sure don't be acting like a head coach, like the way he be doing. Like he been acting like he don't even want to coach. He don't even want this job the way he's been doing.
I
stuff.
wouldn't be happy. My last name was Nagy though. Damn, they call you straight Nag, huh? But yeah, too. But I don't know. I think the Rams definitely won. They won the trade though between Stafford and Goff, because Goff looking like he the same Goff.
No.
But he's averaging 7.9 yards a throw, but he fumbling. What's wrong with this boy?
He been having fumble issues.
Yeah, so it's like I would definitely say the Rams won that.
All right.
On that trade.
All right. Lastly, I'll quickly just talk about the Packers won their third straight, but I don't really want to talk about the Packers. The Steelers and their quarterback. He looks washed. And I don't understand why the Steelers keep trotting him out there, because he is holding them back a whole lot. Like, their defense is solid, but the quarterback is holding them back.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. Man threw the ball 40 times, only 5.8 yards to throw. Like,
why is he throwing it 40 times?
That's the thing. Like, that's the problem. They still think he's the old Ben, 2-time Super Bowl championship Ben. Like, nah, that was the past. He was great then. Now you gotta get another quarterback ready to take on the helm, and you gotta have to get some production from your running backs.
That's another key. That's another thing with them. Their running game is non-existent. But back to you on this Big Ben thing. The last 3 games. Let me show you. These are the last 3 games. 40 attempts, 58 attempts,
what?
And 40 attempts. That's just the last 3 games.
I don't know what they're doing to him.
L.
Maybe it's his last hurrah.
Hey, man.
Because, I feel like sometimes if a quarterback's going to retire, they might tell, like, the front office, it's my last year, like, let me just go out with a bang.
He just looks bad.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to, like, release him.
They're not, because of the way the franchise works. But, yeah, they need to do something, because...
unfortunately, like, on the field, he is a great player. He had a great career. Yeah. So, they treat quarterbacks way better than any other position in the NFL. So they'll let you be trash for a couple years before they say, all right, now it's time to move on compared to everybody else. So.
Yeah, they should. I guess they had their eyes closed the entire second half of last season. But yeah, he's like, I don't know why y'all just keep holding on. It's okay to bench your franchise quarterback that's been a franchise for a while. It ain't disrespect.
Your Hall of Fame.
It's all right.
Quarterback.
It's all right.
Time.
I saw the Broncos bench Peyton Manning until they had needed him to get back in there, so it could happen. Let's go to Craig. Craig got some thoughts on Brady's return, and also the Cardinals and their 4-0 start. So let's go to Craig, and then we'll come back some baseball, basketball, and then wrap it up.
What up, everybody, and welcome to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. It's your boy Craig, finally coming live from the home sweet home to bring you my update. Let's talk about this Patriots game. Man, Patriots versus Tampa was, it was a remarkable game in my opinion. Mac Jones looked good. The offensive line, to me, looked incredible. Unfortunately, we got 2 offensive linemen going on the COVID list. But our offensive line looked real tough. Wide receivers getting open, moving the ball downfield. But more importantly was the defense containing Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay offense. I will give it to them, though. A rainy day. The weather wasn't in their favor. But it wasn't in our favor either. But it was a great game. First and foremost, keeping them to 2 field goals and them missing one really kept the game at close range for us. And then, that final drive, bringing it downfield, and missing that field goal. So here's what I'll say about that. There's been a lot of talk about, we were picking apart their defense. Why would you go for a field goal when the yardage was so short? But here's what I'd say to that. First and foremost, if we went for it on 4th down, everybody would talk trash about the fact that we went for it on 4th down instead of kicking a field goal. It's always, why didn't we do the other thing? But if the other thing didn't work, you'd say, why didn't you do the other thing? I don't like that. I don't like that style of play, because if the field goal was good, it was a genius call. You know what I'm saying? We did our best to win the game. And to lose by 1 or 2 points to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl champs, I say that that's progress in the right direction. It was I love that game more than any other game that happened this season. Even more than Tampa Bay versus the Cowboys Week 1, first game of the season. It was just an all-around exciting game to watch, not knowing what was going to happen. It's just awesome. And now we got Houston. With a game like Tampa, we should be able to put Houston in the bag easy peasy. Now I got to talk about Arizona. Arizona undefeated. Beating the Los Angeles Rams, who just previously beat Tampa Bay. Is Arizona the best team in the league right now? Kyler Murray playing like the best quarterback in the league, I know that for sure. Their defense is playing strong, stronger than I think anybody anticipated. Their defense was ranked super low this season, but they're containing teams. The offense is doing their job. Kyler Murray is doing his. The running backs look awesome. Even James Conner, who I thought was going to be a bust this year, 2 touchdowns. Arizona is probably, I think, in my opinion, the most well-rounded team in the NFL, as it looks so far. It's incredible to watch what this kid's doing and what this team is doing with what they have. So if you're playing fantasy, it looks like Max Williams is becoming a legitimate tight end. Pick him up off the waiver wire if you get an opportunity. But Arizona, number 1, only undefeated team in the league. So I say what you want, but right now they are the best team in the league. And you can't say that it was the schedule, because they beat the Rams. Rams touted to be the number 1 team in the NFC. Finally, Stefan Gilmore traded to Carolina. Mind blown, for a 6th round pick in 2023. It's not even 2022 pick, it's 2023 pick. That makes no sense to me. You traded him for peanuts. There was talks of trading Stefan Gilmore for Julio Jones, 1st round draft picks. What has happened with Stefan Gilmore that he's only worth a 2023 6th round draft pick? I don't get it. I really don't. I feel like we're always trading away pieces that people are talking about 1st round picks, and then we end up getting low picks or low players. I really just don't understand it. It's baffling me. Stefan Gilmore, touted as a top 5 corner, gets a 6th round pick. So you be the judge. Until next week, I'll see you on No Huddle. Back to After the Whistle.
All right, thank you, Craig, for that. And we are back. Yeah, we talking about the Red Sox clinching the playoff spot in their play-in game. I guess it was like their version of a play-in game against the rival New York Yankees. And what better way to get into the divisional round than beating your rival at home and sending them fishing? Because this was Derrick Coulon didn't have his best outing.
Was it sold out?
Yeah, it was.
It looks crazy over there.
Yeah,
man. I mean, we was watching the game. It's crazy too, because I started watching the game when I was doing these grades, progress reports, and the remote was all the way down there. So you know what? I'm just gonna watch the game, and then end up watching legit the whole game. It felt like.
Yeah, for the Yankees, their $300 million quarterback. I'm still thinking about football. Their $300 million pitcher only lasted 2 innings. 2. You're paid $324 million. These are the type of games you're supposed to show up in. This is what you're getting all that money for these type of games. And you couldn't last 3 innings.
He's absolutely right. Like, you get paid to win big games. You don't get paid for the regular season.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you get paid, but
Yeah, but these are the moments,
for
these type of moments. This is why they give you that money. And he's had success against the Red Sox too, and the way they
But they especially didn't want you to lose to these guys.
Yeah, not at all. So, man. And you know what's also crazy? There wasn't that. Red Sox making the playoffs this year is a shocker because there was not that much expectation for this team because of how bad they were last year, and they just nobody knew there was so much uncertainty with their pitching and all that. And
have these people not seen the forecast? We already tell you, once it's nice out, the Red Sox are doing well. The past 2 days.
No, I'm talking about the overall season.
Bro, it's been nice, like the whole season. Had a couple rainy days, which they didn't do well. But bro, overall, we talked about the weather's nice. The Red Sox are doing well.
Yeah, the only thing is they had a terrible second half of the season because they almost fumbled this whole opportunity away because they never got to it. But
we had rainstorm, thunderstorms. I'm like, for real, like, unfortunately, it's a big coincidence, but when the Red Sox are doing well, they have nice weather. Look at today.
All right, so the Red Sox will be playing against the Tampa Bay Rays in the ALDS. First game is tomorrow. I believe it's in Tampa.
Them boys good, though.
Yeah, they are, but
them boys good
don't nobody know how they are because you just look at the stats and you're just like, I don't know. All right. All right. Quickly with the Celtics, NBA preseason started Sunday. Celtics had their first preseason game Monday, and one thing I took out of the preseason, it's just preseason, but one thing I took, those guys are all locked in and playing defense consistently. It wasn't always the case for everybody. You just have a couple guys here and there. They all look like they're going to make a concerted effort to consistently play great defense.
They also got like 2 or 3 guys, new additions that are defensive guys too.
Yeah.
So, it's changing the culture of the team a little bit.
Yeah, and Jayson Tatum, I think, because everybody's been talking about how big he's gotten, I think we're going to see him go to the basket a lot more this year and make a concerted effort to get to the free throw line because there's absolutely no reason why anybody can stay in front of him. And
he should go to he should be one of the leads in free throws.
Yeah.
Free throws taken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least like 8 to 10 a game.
That's what I was thinking, 10 automatically.
Yeah.
Like, just because, like.
You're 6'10", and nobody can. There's not that many guys at your position that can keep up with you.
And just because you have the skill to make certain shots from long range and step backs and all that, don't bail your defender out.
Yeah.
Make that boy work.
Yeah.
Make his life hell.
Yeah. And I think this might be the year like we'll see him take that lead to just being like playing at an MVP type level. Not saying he'll be an MVP, but just seeing him take that steps to become an MVP. Because when you see guys that went to the Olympics, every time they come back and they play in the league, they have a career year. And
it's because they're consistently playing.
Yeah.
They don't stop. Guys at the off season, they relax. They got to get back into shape.
Yeah.
Them guys and they're learning new tricks as they're still playing.
Yeah.
So them guys, he stayed in shape the whole entire year.
Yeah.
So he's already like steps ahead of everyone else that didn't play Team USA basketball.
Yeah, definitely. And all the stuff he learned from Team USA basketball, but going one-on-one against those other guys. I mean, we're gonna see a different Tatum this year.
And iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
You only become you're only as good as your competition.
Yeah.
So if you don't play anybody, how you supposed to improve?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is gonna be an interesting season. I'm actually gonna go to their 3rd home game of the season. Again, playing against the Bulls. I only picked that game because I want to see Lonzo and Zach LaVine. So
how much tickets?
They were 81, 86.
Okay.
Yeah, they might go up a little bit, but they weren't too much. The large area.
Okay.
I had some other stuff about Celtics, but I had a Celtics player sister mad at me. But they're cool though. She's cool. All right, and there's a big boxing match this weekend. Wilder and Fury. What is this? Round number 3 for them?
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is
because
fight.
the rematch, he had a whole Transformer outfit on. Looking like Legend from the Round Table or something, King Arthur and stuff.
Yeah,
that old cartoon.
Yeah, so they got that. They got that happening this Friday. We're gonna see it. This is the third one's usually the
Tyson and Fury younger than us.
Damn.
Whoa.
I ain't know that.
I just learned something today.
Me too.
Because I thought he was my daddy age. Now, he was in his 50s, but I thought he was like mid-40s, like early 40s.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, shoot. This is going to be... Wilder gotta do something because he's been schooled the last couple of times that they played. Granted, the last time they played, he was getting some licks on Fury, but the first one, Fury schooled him in just technical boxing. So
Fury is an outstanding boxer for his size too, like 6'9".
Yeah.
Like, and he's like what, 2-something?
Yeah.
In the high 200s. Like, he's a pure boxer though. Yeah. So I hope Wilder just worked on his skills.
Yeah.
Just sharpened up on his skills just because he's fighting an actual boxer.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't just. Bruce Straight's not going to do anything for this man. Look at him.
Yeah, you can't go for the knockout all the time. And it showed that he could take some punches. So
Fury's one of them guys. He don't need all the muscles. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks like he's not going to do nothing to you on the mat.
Yeah. and then something that happened the week before I forgot to talk about. Joshua, he got knocked out. I can't even pronounce. He lost. I don't know if he got knocked out, but he lost. I forget the guy's name that he lost to, but yeah. So that had kind of implications on this one because everybody was looking for that. Oh yeah.
Look at that egg.
Yeah, he got schooled. Ooh. And everybody's been wanting the Wilder and Joshua fight, but after that, what happened that last week, probably we're never gonna get that fight. I bet you the time we get that fight, it'll be like when nobody even cares to watch it anymore. So it's interesting. Joshua, some of his losses is like Pedro said it. He a pretty boy. He don't like getting hit.
We already talked about people like to duck.
Yeah.
And he was ducking and weaving Wilder, and he's not Mayweather. He must have thought he was gonna just beat anybody else that's not Wilder.
Yeah.
Now, does he have any? He lost all his belts?
I believe so.
So he has no stock.
Yeah.
He's going to be yesterday's news, it seems like.
Yeah, but he'll probably have a rematch with that same guy anyway, so we'll see.
But who's even going to support somebody that continues to lose in rematches and gets his title back? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, man, that's how the boxing world is crazy like that, because
that's why we just watch middleweights.
Yeah, those seem. I think there's some middleweight fights happening this weekend too. If our speakers work, Pedro would be telling us all the fights that we get in, but we got issues with our speakers. So, but there's some great boxing that's going to be happening this weekend. So everybody should tune into that. All right, this is the first one. The first time we've had them on Kipp Academy. We brought them in the studio for Athletes Corner. Their quarterback Juan and their head coach Jim Rabbitt. They came in here to talk about their 4-0 start and about their matchup this weekend against Manchester Essex. So Athletes Corner, we're gonna come back and do some high school stuff. Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. Today we are joined by Kipp Academy football program coach Jim Rabbitt and Juan. They're here undefeated so far, 4-0 on the season, coming off the win over Whittier Tech. Whittier Tech, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, all right. So what's going on, guys? How are y'all?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, man. Juan, you definitely good, Mr. 5 touchdown games. You guys you're having quite the start to the season. Your team is having quite the start to the season. This season, you guys had a lot of transition because so many players graduated. You graduated a lot of guys, so a lot of new guys getting in that varsity lineup. And just talk to me about the way you guys started this season with a bunch of new faces on varsity.
A lot of people say we rebuild, but I don't think we rebuilt. We just keep adding. Mm-hmm. We never, because rebuilding is falling down and picking it back up, but we never fell. We just stayed and just built off of it. And new people, but I knew they was taking notes last year, and now they're just putting the notes to good use.
Yeah, how were you guys able to just keep that momentum going? Because this was building. This program has been building, and then the last several years, it's just been going up and up. How were you guys able just to, keep it going? We just got coaching staff really.
Yeah. Like we got athletes, they keep coming in. Some of them been here for 4 years. We got a big line, and I don't know, just practice really.
Yeah, Coach, it's always a transition as far as coaching. Getting new guys acclimated with the system that weren't as full time or maybe part time, and then now they're full time. As a coach, when you just have to have these guys understand the system and buy into that. For you as a coach, just seeing how early on in the season how they've been able to adapt, and just how does that make you feel as a coach?
Yeah, it makes you feel really good. It's I think Juan's underplaying it a bit. We on week 1, we knew we had 14 seniors leaving, and we put more in on week 1 than we had in any previous year, including the great 2019-2020 season there with those guys, because those guys who have been part of the program that didn't get to step in the limelight just yet were learning behind the scenes, and they retained all that knowledge, and we could put it in on week 1. So they put the work in at the JV level. They put that work in when they were subbing in. A lot of our athletes got some playing time last year too. So just the hard work in the gym, in the weight room, and in the classroom, learning the X and O's and keeping that football IQ up really helped us. Week 1, we hit the ground running. We had almost 80% of our playbook in on week 1. So I'm proud of those guys for that.
Yeah, and it's for high school sports too, because there is always that transitional phase that it happens with a lot of programs, and they have talent, but you just don't know how it's gonna enhance itself on the field, because certain guys haven't gotten that opportunity. But it seemed like for your guys, they were waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah, and someone like Juan here, who's now able to, we throw the ball quite a bit, and that wasn't the case last year. We had 2 big running backs last year. We relied heavily on them, and we talked preseason about how we're going to transition not just the personnel, but also our philosophy, at least offensively. And our guys, our athletes, our receivers, and our backs and our line really bought into, the 50-50 pass run mentality that we've had in the first 4 weeks, and that's been one of the keys to our success. And obviously having a dual threat quarterback doesn't hurt that too much.
Juan, for you, how was it getting the understanding of the offense? You as a quarterback, you're responsible for so much of the team's offense, and how were you able just to get an understanding of the offense, and how were you able to execute as well as you have early on in your first year starting, right? Your first year starting.
First full year.
First full year starting as a quarterback.
It was quick to adapt to. The running backs, like you said, we relied heavy on them, but it wasn't really a change because Pierre came in this year. He was, I don't know what he did in the offseason, but he was huge. And he just kept it up. Like, we can rely on him whenever we need a first down or something, we just give it to him. And like you said, the athletes, we got Jayson. He wasn't here last year. He's a big impact on the team. And it's just, I don't know.
Well, what was something that you learned from last year, not being full time, but when you were having part time? What were some things that you were able to learn that has really helped you?
I didn't know how much a quarterback could impact the game. Like last year, I used to think if I mess up one time, that's fine. Nothing's really gonna happen. Nobody's gonna be affected but me. But this year, I realized if I mess up, make one late read, or just one bad read in general, the whole team suffers for it, the whole offense.
Coach, for you, offense is getting a lot of talk, rightfully so, but the defense has been outstanding from game 1. Can you talk about your defense and how well they have played in stopping some good offenses too?
Yeah, when we're on, we're a fast, physical defense, and that's really been since day 1 of the program. One of the things that we prioritized is a fast, physical defense, and using our team speed. In those first 3 weeks, that's what we did. We played fast, we played physical, we swarmed to the ball. We had some lapses against Whittier, and Whittier's a really good football team, a big, strong, physical football team that matched us. They were able to crawl back into the game on that, and that's something that we're working on. Going into this next week is going back to the fast, the physical, and the aggressive defense. And our guys bought into that mentality, and when they do buy into that mentality, it shows on the on the scoreboard.
Definitely, and you guys have, this is a big one coming up with Manchester Essex. I got a chance to see them a couple weeks ago against Lynn Tech. You know, and you studying them so far, what are some things that you've seen that you guys have to key in on that they like to do?
Yeah, they're for a team of 32 players, they have a lot of athletes. They run quick and they play hard and they play as a unit. So obviously they're well coached. So we can't make mistakes. We have to make sure we're keen to our responsibilities on both sides of the ball, including special teams. And they'll make you pay for mistakes. We've seen that in their film. When a team makes a mistake, they capitalize. And they play with passion. You can see that their players play with a lot of heart and passion and get to the ball and run hard. We have to match that. You know, it's our senior night on Saturday, so if we can match that enthusiasm with our superior athletes in size, then I think we're in good shape.
Are they also undefeated?
They are. Battle of the 4-0s.
This is 2 weeks in a row. It's 2 weeks in a row. This is gonna be a good one. Juan, for you, what are some things in this game that you're keying in on as far as offense and what they do on defense? What are some things that you guys need to really key in on?
Well, it's going to be a good quarterback matchup because their quarterback is pretty decent, and we've seen some weaknesses and some strength they had on defense. So we're just going to adjust to get to them and do what we can to just
gotta do your job, right? Do your job, right? Coach, senior night. You know, that's always a special night for a coach to see the players graduate and also to see those that are going on to the next level to play at the next level if they do that. For you as a coach, what does senior night always means to you?
Yeah, it's special because you know, it's from founding the program 5 years ago, being here for all these guys, like a lot of these guys, 4 years, and seeing that growth from freshman to senior year is really special. And you know, you always take senior night the last regular season home game, and for us, our goal is for it to be the last regular season home game, right? We want to be able to be back in the playoffs, but you know, to see those guys the last time walk out in the field together, this year 12 seniors have seen some of the growing pains in the first couple of years, and they've seen some really good teams, so they've seen the whole thing. So it's very special for them to finish up strong on the senior night, especially with the big league, CAC small, you know, first place in the line type thing.
All right, definitely. Please let everybody know game time for Saturday.
We're playing 4 p.m. Saturday at Manning. 4
p.m. Saturday at Manning Field. If you ain't got nothing to do, go check out the Battle of the Undefeateds. Maybe this one will go overtime too. You never know. Juan, plug in your social media before we get out of here.
Instagram, SYB1. Twitter, that's one.
All right. Coach, plug in the Kipp Academy programs.
We got Calc_football on Twitter.
There you go. KALC.
That's it. And Kipp Football over at Instagram.
All right. Hey, you guys have been watching Athletes Corner Saturday, 4 o'clock at Manning Field. Undefeated Kipp Academy, undefeated Manchester Essex. Should be a good one. Make sure you go down there to check that out. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back. Let's go to some high schools football updates. But first, let's go to some post-game interviews. The first one is with St. Mary's head coach Sean Driscoll after their big win over Bishop Fenwick. So check this one out. Woo, Coach. That was a wild one, you guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Two good teams, a heavyweight fight coming down to the end. You know, overtime in high school football is different. It's really gut check time from the 10-yard line in, and I'll tell you what, our guys got it done in the last play there. But we had some outstanding performances and some big plays that got us through. I think it's a sign of a good team when you can, you know, hold a team like that down in overtime. So proud of my guys getting through. We made a lot of mistakes early, but we recovered. But again, I'm proud of them. You know, Derrick, Ali, my guys up front, Jack Marks, those guys, they played hard. You know, this is a good program. They're very consistent, and it's a huge win for us.
And this is different from the last couple games that you guys played, scoring so much, but this was a defensive battle, and you guys showed that you guys could win it offensively and defensively.
Yes, I'll tell you what, defensively, down the stretch, we played tough. They came out and pushed us around a little bit in the third quarter, which concerned us, but we came up big when we had to, and again, really proud of my guys.
What does it say about your team? Just so you know, you guys been on
the lot of heart. This is our fourth game, I think, on the road, third game on the road. in a row. We get to come home next week, so we're looking forward to that. But it was a huge win for our program.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, my man.
All right, the next one is with Derrick Coulon. He had 219 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns to lead the way for them. So check this one out. Derrick, man, you had one of the plays of the game. It was a 7-7 tie. You broke off an 80-yarder. What did you see on that play?
I just saw the seam. The lineman blocked hard that play because we knew we needed to score that play to win this game. I feel like that play changed the game completely. The lineman went hard. They opened the hole, and I just saw it, and I went. Oh, my fault, yeah. The lineman just blocked hard. I saw it, and I went. I saw the hole, and I went. And that play changed the game. We had momentum after that, so that play completely changed the game.
Yeah, you guys, this was a defensive battle for you guys. Just talk to me. After they got that first touchdown on their first possession, you guys really shut them down and stopped them.
Well, usually we score the first touchdown in the game, so I knew that would have surprised us because we always score the first touchdown in the game. But that kind of had to bring something into us, you know, because we score first, but we went aggressive and we got the dub. So.
Talk about the last couple minutes of this game. It was just
it was going back. I was nervous, but I knew the side of the game is who wanted it more. We wanted it, you know. They downed us 3 times, and I think we deserved it. We worked hard all summer. We deserved this win.
And what does it say about your team? You guys are scoring so much, but you guys played a defensive game. What does this say about your team?
We're a good team. They better stop underestimating us. That's one thing. We're a very good football team, and I think we get underestimated because of our size a little bit. We look smaller, but we come out and we pack a punch for sure.
All right, Derrick, congratulations on the
Thank you.
All right, let me just run through this quickly before we get into the highlights. All right, high school football, St. Mary's beat Bishop Fenwick 21-19 in overtime. This was a great game, great environment. Lynn Classical 32-0 over Medford. They are playing Everett on Friday. St. Mary's playing Bishop Stang on Friday. Lynn Tech 40, Georgetown 26. Tyler David had 151 yards rushing, and Regner Naval had 310 yards rushing. And 310. That's a lot. They got a bye week. They don't play this week. Kipp Academy 49, Whittier Tech 40. They host undefeated Manchester Essex Saturday, so that should be a good game. That's going to be a good game.
You said 40-49?
49-40, yep.
These teams only play offense?
That's the most points they've given up all season.
I'm just saying, like.
All right. In soccer, boys soccer, Kipp Academy 7, Minutemen 2. Kipp Academy qualified for the state tournament with that win. They are playing Greater Lawrence tomorrow. Lynn Classical 1, Chelsea 0. They host Revere Thursday. Lynn Tech 1-1 draw with Shawsheen. The Tech travels to Essex Tech tomorrow. Lynn English 0, Malden 2. They're playing Medford on Thursday. Girls soccer, Lynn Classical 8. The Lynn Classical girls, they are nice.
I mean, it was soccer, right?
Yeah.
You know I've been saying about soccer, bro. We got too many kids at.
Yeah, them girls are nice. Chelsea nothing. Lynn English nothing. Malden 1. So those are the soccer up there. Oh, Lynn English football 14, Revere 17. Ooh, it's tough for my Bulldogs, man. They had that one, but they lost. Hopefully they get a win on Friday against Medford.
Hey, I was just watching my cuz kill them kids for St. Mary's, so I don't know nothing about English right now.
All right. High school football highlights, then we're going to do the top 10 and wrap this up with our game picks. So high school football, the St. Mary's Bishop Fenwick highlights. Check them out.
Keep walking.
Yeah. All right, let's go into our NFL top 10 plays, and then we're going to do our game picks. So check out top 10. All right. Okay, time for the week number 5 game picks. Last week, week 4, Todd went 9-7, and I went 7-9.
Oh, word? Just as long as I'm better than you, I'm all right.
That was a rough week for me. All right. The Rams at Seattle, Thursday night football.
Rams.
You going with the Rams?
Yeah.
I'm going with Seattle because this is in Seattle and the Rams have issues up there for some reason. New York at Atlanta, Jets.
I'm going with Jets, man.
You going with the Jets?
Yeah.
I'll go with the Falcons. Oh, Lord. Packers and Bengals.
Packers.
I'm going with the Bengals. Detroit at Minnesota.
Man, Minnesota. Detroit sucks.
Yeah, Minnesota. Denver at Pittsburgh.
Denver.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh on this one. Miami at Tampa. I don't know who their quarterback is.
Tampa then.
Tampa. New Orleans at Washington football team.
I'm gonna go New Orleans.
I'm gonna go with the Washington football team. Philadelphia at Carolina.
Carolina.
Panthers. Tennessee at Jacksonville.
Tennessee.
We don't go against the Pats. Chicago at Las Vegas.
Oh, you know, I gotta go with Raiders, man.
Raiders. Even though Khalil Mack going back is just another story. Cleveland at Chargers.
Chargers.
Giants at Dallas. San Fran at Arizona. Buffalo at Kansas City. Sunday Night Football.
I'm gonna go Kansas City, man.
You gonna go Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see them losing back 2 home games. Kansas City and Monday Night Football, Indianapolis at Baltimore.
The Ravens, man.
You going with the Ravens? I will go with the Ravens as well. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Also, please go to Lynn Community Television. If you have questions for candidates running for mayoral race, counselor at large, school committee, ward counselor, submit your questions for our forums. Just go to the website. All the information is there to do that. All right, LCTV After the Whistle, Lynn Community Television Facebook page, all that good stuff. We are up out of here. Have a great weekend. It's a 3-day weekend, everybody.